Hello, Juan. Thank you very much for joining us today. To begin, could you please introduce yourself? Who are you and what do you do?
Yes, I'm Joan Masó. I'm a researcher in a center that is called CREAF. That center is about research in ecology and forestry applications. I don't do any of those. Instead, I do digital maps that are actually a tool for doing ecology and forestry applications if you want. So that's the reason what we are doing that there. We do also standardization and so on, and that's the connection with all these big systems that are being developed here and there, stimulated by the Commission.
And why are you doing research?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Why I'm doing research? That's probably because I went to the university, I studied physics, and I remained there. It's as simple as that. I mean, I was interested in, I don't know, when I was young, in astronomy and dreaming about the universe, and so on. Then it seems that I had a very good 3D imagination. So I have these kind of capabilities. I'm not very good at languages, but I'm good at that and at 3D visualization. And that was useful actually for starting representing maps and understanding raster, vector, all these concepts that we are using first in our own computers and later in the internet.
Very nice. Thank you. So you said a few words about CREAF. Maybe you could present your organization in a little bit more details.
There is also a story behind CREAF. At the beginning, that was 25, 30 years ago, there were important forest fires here in Catalonia, and the Catalan government was looking for ways to actually prevent those, and they created a center to actually do research on forests. And but the person that they selected was sensible to ecology, so we end up with both disciplines mixed. And but things are evolving, and ecology, you cannot study ecology in your small region anymore. There is this global change. Uh, so so um, the center got a certain level of internationalization and got sensibilities on other things. No, we have research lines on soil, we have research lines on pollinators. We have many different things, and we also have research lines on global change and climate change and so on. So we are using remote sensing and other techniques that allows us to have the global picture.
Very interesting. Thank you very much. So you're also part of the AD4GD project. Could you explain in a few words what it is about?
Well, the acronym says more or less everything. It says all data for the Green Deal. Um, so we are about data. We are about aggregating data in favor of the Green Deal objectives. Those are objectives from the Commission, and also the Commission that wants to have this digitalization of the economy and so on, created this idea of stimulating data spaces. And there are 9 or even more data spaces that the Commission is pushing. There is one on health that seems to be a little bit more evolved, and there is one on the Green Deal that is obviously called the Green Deal data space, and this is what we are trying to build. Please be aware that this is a research project, so we are not actually paid to build the data space. We are paid to do research on how to better do the data space. So we are testing things about integrating even Internet of Things, modeling, remote sensing, in situ data, everything, detecting the difficulties in and trying to find solutions in order that at some point we are really able to create this Green Deal data space as a tool for everybody.
Very interesting. And what will be your and CREAF's role in this project?
Well, I end up being the coordinator. Uh, so, so this is more or less my role and the CREAF role. There is an obvious, aspect on management, then on things very, humane, like stimulating people, organizing meetings, and so on. But this is just a part of what we are going to do, obviously. We are mainly involved on the in situ data. This is an inheritance from another project that we had that was called Connecting Geo. That was also about in situ. We are also working on in situ in a project called In Case with the European Environmental Agency. So all these synergies, we wanted to use it here. On the other hand, we are contributing one of the three pilots. As you might remember, there is one pilot on air quality, there is another pilot on lakes, and there is one pilot on biodiversity connectivity that happens around the metropolitan area of Barcelona, or maybe more. It's still to be decided. We are leading that pilot that essentially, again, it's about uh, testing the idea of the data space. So how difficult is to find the right information, the right data, how to use it, how to aggregate that data in order to do something. And the something is the study of corridors and ecosystems connectivity.
Very interesting. And why would you say 80/40D is important? What can it change?
Okay, we hope that it changes something. Um, Let me see. One of the things that we have been doing for quite a while is to stimulate data sharing. And we were able to actually convince many actors on producing metadata, setting up data catalogs, and producing open data and open geospatial data, let's say. But we still have one problem. And the problem is uh, it is difficult to actually classify that data because we were so obsessed on the geospatial component, on the finding the right place and so on, that we forgot the semantics of the data. So one of the things that we will work more is in actually using semantic tagging of the data sets, being able then to associate data sets that talks about the same variable. So we want to use this essential variable concept, and we are working on a thing that is called the definition server, that is gonna be some kind of a vocabulary or dictionary of concepts that the data sets will use and will refer. And this way it will be simpler to find the right data for the right purpose.
Very interesting. And as a follow-up question, who will benefit the most out of this project?
Every stakeholder that is related to the Green Deal and the Green Deal objectives will have benefits, or we will be able to get benefits from what we are doing. So that starts by the commission itself and the efforts done in all these activities around the Green Deal, but also it will benefit scientists that will have a space where they will be able to find the right data to do their studies. And eventually we can think about business oriented applications where, for instance, companies related to the alternative energies and renewable energies, they could also use and even contribute data in a way that is also secured and trusted.
Very nice. So we are slowly reaching the end of this interview. I have one last question for you. What is your dream for the future?
Dream for the future. I have a lot of dreams because I'm kind of a dreamer, honestly. I mean, it's difficult to have a concrete dream related with the project. But if I have to pick something, my dream will be that we agree, because one of the things we have now is we are not alone in this adventure. There are 3 more projects that are doing more or less the same research. They approach the Green Deal data space from different angles, and then there is a project that are supposed to provide the blueprint of the Green Deal data space too. So my dream is that in 2 years' time, we all agree on the same view of the Green Deal data space, and we all are able to contribute to a single solution that is effective and it really provides what everybody is expecting from us.
Indeed, very nice. It is the end of the interview. Thank you very much, Juan, for joining us today and for answering our questions.
My pleasure.